This is a book about a farm that was taken over by the animals of Manor Farm. The book's name is Animal Farm, written by George Orwell in 1943. The book is an allegory about the Russian Revolution of 1917. The book tells the story of animal rebellion and is based on the events during and after the Russian Revolution. Chapter 1. In this chapter, we are introduced to Manor Farm and its occupants. The animals on the farm attend a meeting during the night where the large boar, Old Major, shares his vision of a better life. We can be free from the oppression of man and his greed. If we start a rebellion, all that the farm produces will belong to us. And these are the commandments we live by. All animals are equal. No animal shall kill another. No animal shall engage in trade. No animal shall touch money. Whatever goes upon two legs or has wings is an enemy, and whatever goes upon four legs is a friend. Chapter 2. In this chapter, the revolution is prepared for, and on an unexpected occasion, it is successfully carried out, and the animals take over Manor Farm. It is renamed Animal Farm, and the 10 commandments are changed to 7 commandments, which become the constitution for the new order. The pigs assume leadership, and the milk strangely disappears. Boxer had a motto he lived by. After 3 months, Old Major dies in his sleep. The pigs, clever pigs, Napoleon and Snowball become the leaders, and Squealer has the ability to turn black into white. Chapter 3 deals mostly with the animals settling down to the new order, yet divisions occur. The 7 commandments prove too difficult for the slower animals, and Snowball finds a single slogan covers a lot. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. The methods of distributing the wealth of produce are decided by the pigs. When the dogs Jessie and Bluebell each gave birth to puppies, he takes the puppies into his own care. Around this time, the animals discover their outrage that the pigs has been taking all the milk and apples for themselves.
Us as pigs, we need the milk to think well.
By late summer, news of Animal Farm has spread across half the country. The effect of the revolution on 2 of Animal Farm neighboring is seen. Foxwood, owned by Pilkington, and Pinchfield, owned by Frederick. They were not very sympathetic with Jones himself, but did consider the advantages to themselves of retaking the farm. Both were thoroughly frightened by the prospect of their own animals rising against them, and put about ugly rumors about the goings-on at Manor Farm. The rumor of the farm on which the animals had successfully revolted and rid themselves of man was source of much thinking. Finally, when their harvest was completed, Frederick and Pilkington joined Jones to attack Manor Farm. They are successfully beaten back by animals. Chapter 5. The split between Napoleon and Snowball became reality. Snowball tries to put out into action in his building of a windmill. Napoleon opposes the plan. This causes a split among animals, with some supporting Snowball and others supporting Napoleon. Napoleon defeats Snowball and has him driven out into exile. There are changes in the farm routine when Napoleon cancels a Sunday meeting. Napoleon is making a great sacrifice in taking leadership, said Squealer. Boxer adds greatly to Napoleon's prestige by adopting another maxim. Chapter 6. The animals settled down to a new routine of agricultural labor and the building of the windmill. They still feel confidence in their independence from Jones, even though they work like slaves, particularly Boxer. Construction of the windmill causes severe problems, but somebody worked out a solution and work went on. The pigs begin living in the farmhouse, and a rumor has it that they even sleep in beds, a violation of 7 commandments. But when Boxer asks Benjamin to read him the appropriate commandment, the two find it now reads, "No animal shall sleep in a bed with sheets." Then real disaster strikes, in the form of a terrible snowstorm which ruins the windmill. Chapter 7. The destroyment of the windmill is blamed on Snowball, and the animals are convinced to rebuild the windmill. Midwinter on Animal Farm yields great hardship. Not only is work on the windmill made much more difficult in the sleets of snow, but food shortages become more severe.
No hen shall produce 400 eggs.
The animals are called to a meeting in the barn, and they are told to confess about their wrongdoings, and they are blamed on Snowball. The animals that confessed are executed. The surviving animals are shocked and retreat together to a hilltop to let this bloody event sink in. After a few days, after the bloody executions, the animals discover that the commandment reading, "No animal shall kill any other animal," now reads, "No animal shall kill another animal without cause." Chapter 8. Chapter 8 is a distinct air of comic relief following the bleakness of the executions. The windmill is finally completed after 2 years of hard labor. Napoleon tries some smart wheeler dealing between Frederick and Pilkington, only to find out he can't trust two legs. Frederick and his men attack the farm, this time with gunpowder, and totally destroy the mill. Boxer sustained a great injury on his hoof. Boxer, badly injured and very tired, does not feel quite so euphoric. The pigs discover whiskey and accidentally the penalties of whiskey. Napoleon, believing himself to be dying, issues a decree of forbidding alcohol. This is quickly alerted when Napoleon recovers, and the retirement paddock becomes the barley field as the pigs prepare to produce their own whiskey. Finally, Squealer attempts to point the influence of alcohol. Chapter 9. The running of the farm now reverts to the same old order, only more so. There is a food shortage made worse by increasing pollution of pigs. The winter is harsh and workload is even harsher. Boxer collapses under the strain and he is sold to the horse knacker.
He has been sent to the glue factory.
A memorial barbecue is proposed in Boxer's honor, but instead, the pigs alone celebrate with a case of whiskey. In the meantime, Animal Farm has been declared a republic, with Napoleon as president. Chapter 10. Years pass, and a new generation of Republicans grow up. Memories of Jones, Old Major, and Snowball grow faint. All that remains of the original idea is the windmill, but even that does not fulfill its original purpose. The reversion of animalism to humanism is made complete by the pigs walking on two legs and carrying whips, summed up in the amendment rhetoric of sheep and the seventh commandment.
4 legs good, 2 legs better.
It turns out to be foolish to talk of comrades, and the once proud image of a white hoof and a horn on the flag has disappeared. Finally, Animal Farm turns out to be Manor Farm after all, and all sense of differences between human and pigs has been lost. The end.